Susan Bradley here for CSO Online. Today we're going to talk about data loss prevention policies. It's a very easy way to set up rules in your organization so that someone doesn't accidentally send out an email that has some sensitive information. You first start by going to Data Loss Prevention and you click on Policy. From here, you can either edit the existing default policy, which isn't enabled by default, or you can set up a new one, and I'm going to show how you can set up a new one. Now, the nice thing about it, they actually have set up several templates based on your industries and also what countries. So, for example, if you know that you live, like I do, in the United States of America, and if you have to deal with financial rules, you know that you can pick from these templates that have already set up rules for your organization. In my day job, I work for a financial organization, so I'm going to choose financial and U.S. financial data. Now what this does is it looks in the emails or in the files up on SharePoint for certain information. As you can already guess, credit card numbers, bank account numbers, routing numbers have patterns. So this rule actually sets it up so it says, hey, I see a number that matches this pattern. I'm going to make sure it does not go outside of the organization or perhaps between email boxes inside of your organization, however you want to set that rule up. You click Next. You can choose to change the policy name, enter some information if you want to have a description about it. Click Next. And then you choose where you want that location to be. If you want it in all locations in your Office 365, Exchange email, OneDrive, SharePoint, or you can actually narrow it down to specific locations. Again, we can set it up so it's only outside of the organization, only with people inside of my organization, and obviously if you want both, you set up two rules. You can also set up advanced settings. When you set it up how you want to be, click Next. And then you can also, I have the E5, Microsoft 365 E5 subscription. So here I have policy tips that I can turn on. And what that does is when the person opens up their Outlook email, and if they attempt to email out to another organization a social security number, it'll actually warn them inside the email that they're not allowed to do that. Again, once you've got all of these settings the way you want it, click Next. If you want to test it out, so let's say you don't want to enforce it right away, you want to make sure it's doing what it's supposed to, but not what you don't want it to do, you can actually set it up to test it out. And you can also show the policy tips. If you want to enable it right away, you say yes. Otherwise, you keep it in audit mode, click Next. And then when you're done, hit Create. And after about an hour, it actually will be in effect, and you can actually test it out and see if it's what you want. So that's today's tip for data protection policies. Until next time, this is Susan Bradley.